Hello everyone, Chris England here doing another late new hero review, or at least opinion. So this is actually coming out a little bit later than I expected once again, but we now have new heroes from Radiant Dawn, starting with the Tireless Advisor. We have Lucia as a yet another sword infantry, voiced again by Rie Tanaka. So this is actually another case where we have a continuation of same VAs. In this case, we have both Rie and Amalie voicing the same character, the first one being Elamine. So we have the art done by Takaya Tomoyuki, or Tomohiro Takaya. So I will say that I'm very glad to see yet another Radiant Dawn character. I am interested to see if they actually decide to add Lucia in with the Path of Radiant as well, as in with longer hair, or with like a youthful. And we have, of course, starting with Harsh Command Plus, Life and Death 4, we have I believe it's Odd Tempest 3. We have a new Tier 4 skill. This is going to be Repel 4. So, start a combat, a foe gets the speed defense -4. When comparing speed points, you add +7 to your own. And then, of course, we have if you have higher speed than your foe, the damage gets reduced by 5% for each point of speed difference, with a maximum of 50%, ignoring, of course, any rocker specials. And then if she attacks after the battle, let's see. She moves to the other foe's side. But the biggest thing is, of course, her Queen's Blade. So base just attack +3. During combat, if her HP is greater than 25%, she gets Spectrum +5. She deals additional damage equal to 20% of her speed. And then any damage done to her is reduced by 30%. And this, of course, ignores any kind of AoE specials. But the best thing about this is that they finally managed to create parity in this game. So during combat, she and her foe cannot activate any specials, and then there's any effects that are added based on other foes and allies' abilities are ignored. So you're going to ignore any bonuses from the terrain, any support bonuses, guaranteed follow-up denial, counterattack denial, and then any other abilities that are ignored. And then it's the same thing with any friendly seals, so both self and allies. This is actually an amazing thing. For those who have not played Radiant Dawn, parity was kind of a subpar skill, as it was just a poor man's nihil. As in, it did what this skill does, but the difference is that the bonuses were a lot harder to value, since there were a lot more things that would go into the actual kit. I will say that this actually makes her a very dangerous unit, because now she has multiple options. She can easily use Gale Force, since it doesn't say anything about after battle specials, so Gale Force would still trigger, I believe. But I think the biggest one would probably be giving her Vital Astra, as Vital Astra has that innate ability that says that as long as it's there, it still reduces, because it's not mentioned in any of her skill sets. Damage reduction is not ignored. If that was the case, she wouldn't be coming with Repel. So this actually makes her probably the best thing for the banner so far. I won't say that she is the best unit, but she does kind of take care of a lot of actual ways to deal with foes. But we move on to yet another character. This is going to be Realm's Protector. We have Geoffrey, coming in as a lance cavalry, drawn by Shimamura and voiced by Kensho Ono. So we have Yuri Breyer from Spy X Family. We have Dilak from Genshin Impact, and Giorno Giovanna from the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. I won't say anything about him because I really don't remember using him much outside of the second chapter. He is a very good unit with his Paragon, but that's really not much else. And as he is the second unit, he is, of course, going to be the dud 5-star, not necessarily the worst 5-star. He does come with Luna. He comes with Attack Defense Menace. He also comes with Flow Force 3 and his Queen's Lance, so representing his Brave Lance that he gets from Elincia. If he has a bonus, he gets Canto Remember +1. Of course, it's going to have the Accelerate Special cooldown, and then if he initiates battle or is within 2 spaces of an ally, he gets attack speed, defense, res, so Spectrum +5, and then whatever stats he has is he gains the highest bonus between him and his support partner. He also reduces the first attack's damage by 40%, and if he has a bonus attached, so a non-stat bonus, or actually just in general he has a bonus, he gets the deny follow-up from foe. While I won't say that this is the most impressive weapon, it does kind of represent what he is, a very good friend unit, whereas Lucia is a very lone unit. She did a lot of lone stuff that almost got her killed in the game. I will say that it is starting to get an interesting point with the using of support allies instead of just regular allies. So the highest bonus that you give. So the highest bonus that I can think of right now, I think, is a +7 or maybe a +6 with some of the skills. +6 seems to be the highest. So that might be one of the highest totals that you can grab. He does also give himself attack defense +6 off the bat, so just speed or speed res, if you can give him something like as a bonus like that, is nice. He also, the inclusion of the damage reduction as well as the follow-up denial means that he doesn't necessarily need to worry about his speed as much. I won't say that, I will still say that he is a very solid unit if you manage to pull him, and the fact that he still has his A skill open means that he can do more. Then we have the Crimea's Keystone.
Ulysses.
We have the Green Tome Infantry Ulysses, or Bastian for English. We have Komeko doing the art, getting I don't know if to call it ringlets, the Shakespearean hair down all the details in his cloak. And then we have Rikiya Koyama doing the voice work. I realistically wish I had a good answer for who I could think of. He's done a lot of things. The main voice actor is the character from Dragonaut, the main lead of the organization for the dragons and their partners. I really wish I could think of something else. Like I always do, I will include the behind the voice actor page in the description. But for now, it's just what I can find. I remember to find. So as the 4-star demote, we have Iceberg. We have the Attack Ploy 3 as his I believe this was his 4-star focus, and then Sabotage Resistance as his 5-star. Sadly, we're not getting any of the Sabotage skills at anything outside of 5-star. But the nice thing is his tome, the Grondir. If he's attacked by a foe or at the start of combat, if foe's HP is 75% or greater, during combat, it's a 5+, 5- swing to both the unit's attacks, and he gets guard. So the foe's gets cooldown count -1 per attack. I will say that he is a very solid 4-star focus unit, 4-star demote for 3 to 4 star unit. He is very good. I do find that his totals, the attack res, is definitely something that's going to be a big thing, because he does not have enough speed to actively prevent follow-ups, and even will get followed up himself. He also has an open space for the A skill, meaning that you can give him mirror stance or bracing stance to give him more of a defensive edge to him. Especially now, granted, brace any threes will just duplicate on top of his the Grandier weapon, so it is a little bit hard to actively choose something for that slot. But I'd say he's a very solid unit. 4-star demote, but still. And now to our Ascended hero. And this should come as no surprise, as this banner has been out for more than a month and the character is already in there. The Devoted Queen. We have Elincia as a staff flying Ascended hero. We have art once again done by the talented Rikiya. And then we have the voice actress Juri Takita. Again, I've done Elincia before, and I'll put her behind the voice actor in the page. I once again forgot to make notes on the other roles. I do remember that she does have stuff from the... Let's see. So we have Ilia from the Twilight Princess, and then Mei Fong from Arcana Heart series. Again, I'm just basing it off of what I took notes of originally. Beautiful dress work, by the way. So we have Rescue Plus. We have, once again, Attack Speed Push 4. We have the Speed Res Hold. We also have the Dazzling Shift. So once again, we have a Tier 4 version of a Razzle Dazzle combo. This time it's going to be the Dazzling. So she can move to a space adjacent to an ally within 2 spaces, and then during combat the foe gets -4 to speed and cannot make a follow-up attack. The best thing for any player who does not want to actively use her is going to be her Light Restraint skill. So this is the second special for staffs. So I'll admit that I'm not exactly as impressed, because we got them kind of back to back. If it was spaced out a little bit more, I would be a little bit more excited. She's going to deal damage equal to 25% of the foe's resistance. And then after the battle in which she activates it, she gives cooldown count +1 to the foe she was in combat with and any foes within 2 spaces. And cancel as well. So we've seen this with Summer Erica, where her weapon did a guard effect as well as cooldown count. I won't say that this is one of the worst skills. I think I do prefer what Valentine's Duo Elise came with, but that again is probably because she came with it first. But we also have her Crimean Scepter. And this is going to be the wrathful part of the Razzle Dazzle combo. And she's also going to get the accelerated special cooldown. At the start of turn, if she is within 2 spaces of an ally, she gives herself, as well as any allies within 2 spaces, attack speed +6. And if unit initiates combat, unit performs a guaranteed follow-up. And then if unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, during combat she gets attack speed +6. And then the 150 times the 150% of the highest bonus between her and any allies within 2 spaces for attack and speed. So once again, the highest one is going to be currently about 6 or 7. So she's going to get around a 9 or 10 buff just by giving buffs to units. And out of base, if she's near one of her allies, she's going to get that +9 buff. So in total, she's a very fast unit. I probably would swap out the push just because even though she doesn't have any HP requirements for any of her skills, she is a healer, and healers are not necessarily known to be very sturdy in general. I I do love what they're doing with healers. The healers have been shafted for most of the game, with a lot of year 1 and 2 units needing actual real support. We have the new story, the meeting with Neltus. And then going back a little bit, sadly we don't have it on this map. We also have Ludveck coming in as the I believe I forgot to do the one, but he comes with the Defiler's Axe, so it's, I believe, the same effect as the Grandier. It's a oh no, it's actually a, if the same HP condition, but you buff defense by 5, -5 to the opponent's defense, and then you eat any bonuses that they may have for that skill. Also, he has Ignis, the I believe Sturdy Stance 2 as a 4-star, and then Vengeful Fighter as a 5-star. Again, Vengeful Fighter really does need to be added into the regular pool as a 4-star unit, but we're so far not giving much outside of Wary Fighter. For the voice, we have Kosuke Takaguchi, who did Muscular from My Hero Academia, and Girog from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. And then once again, we get the guaranteed pull. So, as much as I probably focused a little bit too much, I'd say that the best unit, as for just on base, is going to be Lucia. Lucia, even though she's in a overly bloated pool, she actively does have a very good amount of damage reduction just out of her base kit. Having the Life and Death 4 actively does help what she gains in general, just because it does buff her speed. So she's automatically going to get +5 during combat. She's going to get a Phantom +7. She's going to get, and then she automatically has 7 just in her base stats anyways. And the fact that she is one of the weirdest cases where she also doesn't have the accelerated special cooldown, she's not activating any specials. She's just there to be a damage soaker. I do see people adding Speed Smoke instead of the, I believe this is actually, let's see, no, this is Even Tempest. So when I said Odd Tempest, that's not odd. This is Even Tempest. Speed Smoke's definitely a good option. Attack Speed Menace would definitely be a good option. There's a lot of very good skills that you could replace the C with. But I'd say that if you're not aiming for the flower, like you don't really want to use them, Lucia is definitely a really good choice. Geoffrey is gonna be one of those cases where you're gonna add in more. The fact that he does have an empty A slot is definitely something worthwhile to note, being that he can add on like a finish skill. You can, I believe, I don't quite remember if finish is available. I think it is, but if not, you could always go with one of the surges or just Swift Sparrow. You could go Sturdy Impact to buff on his defensive ability, since he is a very good, based on his kit, he is a very good tank. The other thing too to note is that he does require a support partner in order to actively be a good unit. Now that's not surprising. We've seen this before with Alir and Chloe. But again, one of the big things is that he if he doesn't have any kind of bonus, a lot of his stuff does turn off. It's not necessarily one of the biggest things to worry about, since bonuses are in his kit and very plentiful. Now, this is also one of the rare cases where I would say that Bastian is actually a very good starting unit. Granted, he does not have, he has very good stats for a mighty glacier type of mage, but he does actively slow opponents' specials, which makes it harder for people to kill him. He comes with 2 debuffs, both offensive and defensive. And he does have a very good resistance score, meaning that he is very able to tank a lot of blue mages, even if they can double him. I would say that he does definitely need some kind of a skill to just increase his survivability. So once again, I'm going to point out that I'm not as impressed with Elincia, and that's just because we had Valentine's Elise come out just like one banner before her. I'm going to say it again. If she came out just a little bit later, I would have said, yes, that is a very beautiful way of doing it. She is a very good basic unit. Attack speed push 4 aside, it is very nice to have her come with the tier 4 of Dazzle, as well as another option for speed res hold. Sadly, her staff is not transferable, which would be amazing on some other units. Hopefully we do see Elincia come with some other possibilities, as she has gotten some very good alts in the past. Hopefully this will continue. But that is it for my viewpoint on this very, very old banner. Once again, if I didn't include some things for the voice actor, I will include the behind the voice actor pages in the description. So if you want to take a look at some comparisons, feel free to do so. And I will see you in the next video. All right, thank you.